We got ourselves the trailer here. Let's see what Scarlet and Violet has to show to us. Is that a gas station? We got two professors again. When was the last time we had two? I don't remember. That's what the shooting we had two. It's a new Pokemon. It's got yellow, it's got the round cheeks. I guess that's the local rat. The local electric rodent. Falling Pokemon? Is that a thing? Yeah, it looks like fallen Pokemon. They're advertising that. Yeah, you're getting some new drips. Oh, that's a very minimal UI. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but after Legends Arceus, having a really cool stylized UI, I'm a little surprised they went so minimalist. Of course, later on we'll have to go back and pause and look at all the Pokemon that's been shown. We're getting a glimpse of the legendaries. Wow, huh. I have to think about it for a second, but those are very busy designs. What, that was it? Huh, okay. Alright, so I guess let's start talking about what we saw here. So I guess first off, it looks like the thing that I call a gas station. These things right here, those are the Pokemon centers. So they're just out in the world, like, as places that you can visit. We've got two professors, apparently. Yeah, and those are the three starters. They're not really showing any... They look like they're doing the cutscenes the way that they handled them in Sword and Shield, which is fine, I guess. Although, you know, no voice acting probably is gonna make a few people like go, "Oh, missed opportunity again," right? Oh, it's totally fine. Also, yeah. Is that the local... Potentially the local, electric rodent, right? The yellow cheeks are kind of a giveaway. I don't know what to feel about this design so far. Maybe I need to see more of it. It's a little basic right now, though. Oh, science is amazing, guys. Always there. If you connect with friends, you can head on an adventure together, up to 4 of you at a time. Okay, this is the interesting thing. I caught a very short glimpse of the text, but I didn't really look into it fully. Up to 4 at a time. Technically speaking, if you remember, back in Sword and Shield, the wild area had multiplayer. If you chose to turn it on, you could have like just other players running around. but I don't know if you could ever specifically get into like the same session as a friend. So it may not have been the case back then. Now the way to describing this though, you can have 4 people out in like a map at the same time. That sounds a little more like it goes back to Monster Hunter, right? It always goes back to Monster Hunter. Uh being able to do you and 3 friends in a session. That's gonna be interesting, right? This looks like this is what they're doing. 4 players, each of a following Pokemon, can wander around in the world and do stuff together. So that excites me actually. That's gonna be interesting because I start thinking, what kind of unique multiplayer gameplay is there going to be, you know? Of course, it could just be like, 4 of you going around, just catch Pokemon at the same time, and it may not be very fleshed out. If that's the case, that's a little bit of a pity. But there's that hope there, I guess. 4 players simultaneous means there's probably going to be some new cool ways to play. Maybe they don't have it ready yet to show anything, but something to look forward to, I guess. Ooh, contest would be pretty cool. That would be interesting. Yeah. All right. So let me just let's see, keep going. This is probably promo stuff. I don't know if you would literally just get to have 4 people go off into whatever directions they want, but yeah, definitely looks like they're advertising simultaneous gameplay. You get wild Pokemon. Hang on. We're going through this frame by frame. That's the battle entrance from Legends Arceus. Like, just to zoom in and stuff. Which we already know it's going to be a thing because we saw battles taking place in the overworld without going to another map. So they're using the same overworld battle placements as Legends Arceus. But here's the interesting thing. They just walk up to the back of the Pokemon and then they just start the battle. Very cute design, by the way. I know someone is going to be very happy with this design. But yeah, you walk into the back of a Pokemon and it cuts to straight away into battle. I wonder if that means you can't just throw balls at the Pokemon to catch them. Like, maybe that was more of a Legends Arceus thing, it would be totally fine. But the way they frame this makes me think that they may not be having overworld catching. Like, you might have to actually battle them and then catch them. But maybe you get different bonuses for, like, back attacks and sneaking up on them stuff, you know? Who knows? We'll see. So there's that. We did see item pickups from the earlier trailer, from like another trailer beforehand, I'm pretty sure. So there's probably still crafting, I think. So maybe there's still ball throwing, then it's neither here nor there, I guess. That is a very on-the-nose name. Wow. I don't know how to feel about that. That's a really on-the-nose name. Maybe it'll grow on me, but that is a meme waiting to happen. That's what it is. I'm trying to think of the right way to phrase it, and yeah, that is a meme waiting to happen. Lechonk. But yeah, I don't know about this battle UI, to be honest. It's a little boring. I mean, it's not like that actually really bothers me that much, that they're going for a very minimalist UI, but after the really cool UI design in Legends Arceus, this is kind of a step back, I think. I don't think that's too hard a take to say, right? That's probably pretty reasonable. But yeah, I don't know. I was kind of hoping for something a little more stylish. There is no turn order, as far as I can see. Yeah. Yeah, this looks like classic. And you know what? I think that's fine. It remains to be seen how they are going to incorporate changes in. Arenas is, yeah, that's the thing. Turn order is fun in a PvE game. But PvP, it's a little bit different, I guess, the situation. It definitely came across when you were doing battles against trainers where it just really became back and forth, knockout after knockout. So I understand if they go back to a regular turn, but I'm interested to see if they do any changes, you know. This is a regular wild battle though, so there's no turn order even in regular wild battles, that's the thing. This is a traditional. This is a traditional framing. Maybe they just manually. Wait, no. Wait a second. Hmm. We might have lost something cool from Legends Arceus, unfortunately. This kind of looks like they're doing away with the free cam. I mean, it's a small thing. It doesn't really need to be there. You know, it's just a presentation thing. Like, you know, being able to move your character around and move the camera around at the same time. But it looks like they've gone back to static fixed camera. See, like, this is the orbital shot that's usual. The trainers just stopped behind the player's Pokemon and stuff. And then when the move happens, it switches to the static camera like this. It cuts to the Pokemon doing the attack. It cuts back to the reaction shot. Yeah, that's very traditional. And when ultimately it really doesn't make that much difference gameplay wise, I think that's a bit of a shame because the free cam stuff really made it feel a lot more immersive, I guess. You know, it's a bit of a step back. I'm a little sad. If that is indeed the case and they didn't just purposely position the camera to look like the old game. But yeah. I think just being able to frame the action, like, kind of like, and give it some cool stuff, you know. Yeah, I'll catch up with you guys and I'll catch up with you guys in chat later. Yeah, actually, the other thing about it was that being able to move while in a battle meant that you could just start moving. Like, if you were doing a very quick battle, you could just start moving towards your next objective. That was actually a quality of life thing that I would have appreciated having because, like, you know, you get into a battle with a wild Pokemon. Like, if you're just doing very quick grinding, you can just select the move, fire it off, and then start running to the next running to your next location right away. It just speeds things up a little bit, you know. Like a lot of things in Legends Arceus are like just small little things that make the whole process feel a lot snappier. And yeah, like I said, I'm not making too big a deal out of it. It doesn't make too much difference, but it is just a small pity, I guess, that they're rolling that back. And then let's see. So it's like story stuff, yeah. The gasoline station. The swag looks pretty good. That's trading, yeah. I guess you can trade in the overworld. That's probably a thing. If you're together. I mean, no reason why you couldn't, I guess. Actually, there may not be item pickups in the overworld. Not really sure there. And these are the, what are those? Huh. It's ambiguous. Right? It's a little ambiguous. This looks like a gym. Yeah, this looks like a gym. But it could also be like an arena of some kind where you're doing something different. I don't know what this is implying. This might be something different. This definitely looks like some kind of challenge arena, like the battles in Legends Arceus. So, and they're framing it like this. What does this mean? You know, this is framed in a way that probably implies something. So, wild guess. You're gonna have unique wild Pokemon interactions, maybe, or something similar to the trials. Sorry, something similar to Legends Arceus. Man, it's slipping my mind. Elder? It's not Elders. Whatever that is, I don't remember. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah. No. I think so. What I think is, I think this might be a trial. At least this gives me the vibe of a trial. This gives me the vibe of a gym, and this gives me the vibe of like a quelling quest. So it may not be exactly those things, but the idea I'm getting is 3 different types of PvE challenges. I think that's what I'm getting out of it. Yeah, the Lords. Yeah, that's what it is. It's probably not gonna be exactly like the Lords, but like, you know, there's a Pokemon moving around in the overworld. They're definitely showing it for a reason. So I think we're getting that's what I feel like I'm getting out of it. Yeah, essentially. So different ways to play, different ways to have PvE challenges. Yeah. And then here we have a good look at our box legendaries. This guy is actually kind of cool, and I like it. Yeah, I guess I needed to like stop closer and look at it. Literally, like it's a robot dragon. It has digital eyes. It is literally just man, everything is slipping my mind today. What was it? Protogen? Yeah, this guy's a protogen. I mean, he's not fully a protogen, but he's basically a protogen. Then this guy on the left, though, kind of looks like he's got a tire stuck in his chest. I'm not really sure how to feel about that. Yeah, I guess now that I really stop and look at it, my initial gut reaction was that they look a little bit over-designed. Like, it feels like they're a little busy, character design-wise. So now that I'm looking at it, yeah, Mirai Dawn doesn't look that busy now that I look at it. Mainly because it has a relatively cohesive color scheme, right? It's a pretty cohesive color scheme. But, Koraidon... There's a lot of colors going on, I guess. But maybe this part's just a shadow. Actually, let me look at the 2D art. I can't tell from the 2D art. Nothing is more over-designed than black and white Curium. Ha! But, I mean, you guys will get what I'm talking about, though, right? There is a lot of clashing colors here. Yeah, it's probably intentional, but... yeah, he's got a tire in his chest. I still don't know what's up with that. But yeah, a little busy. Probably not to my taste. I might go for Violet. I mean, you're giving me a digital dragon? Heck yeah, right? I'll go for it. Yeah, and I think that's about it to this trailer. I have no idea what this is implying. Does anybody have a clue? What is this supposed to be? It's a crystal. A ball is traveling through it. It is very enigmatic, and I have no idea what this is. It'll probably make sense sooner or sometime later. Yeah. Well. So end of the day. To be honest, I'm feeling like you know what we saw today. Like, oh, that was cool, but I'm still waiting for something really big to wow me, I guess. The announcement of 4-player multiplayer, that interests me. That's the most interesting thing I think I saw in the trailer. Like, I am curious to see how that turns out. The rest of it, I am still excited for the game, but I'm still waiting for like the big wow factor, I guess, you know? If there is one. If it's just like another Pokemon game, then, you know, that's fine. But usually they have at least 1 or 2 wow factors, right? And I'm hoping it's the 4-player multiplayer. Anyways, is there any information, actually, on the Pokemon website? Yeah, we really knew this part. Explore freely in a richly expressed open world, so it's full open world. Not instance map anymore, like Legends Arceus. I guess that is a really good wow factor, but I guess we'll have to see how it works in practice. Especially since you're doing it with 3-player multiplayer, right? Like, how would that work? Can the game actually load all of the map at once around 4 players at the same time? Or maybe they just do some localized culling or something. Like, if you're too far away, they just don't load. Might be. World that you're free to explore your leisure and not in an order dictated by the story. Yeah, so they're approaching open world design. It'll be interesting to see how they tackle it. Because Legends Arceus is still somewhat linear. They give you big maps to explore at each point, but you have to go in order for the most part. So they still could rely on some traditional designs, although there are some elements of open world designs. This is going to be a challenge for them. That actually is another thing that will interest me a bunch, you know. If they're really sticking to this and like letting you just literally go wherever, there are a lot of things that you just need to start taking into account, like leveling curve, golden paths, designing for open world. There's a lot of things to take into account. So I am interested to see how they tackle this. I said the same thing about Sword and Shield, but Sword and Shield didn't really end up that way. And I said the same thing about Legends Arceus, and Legends Arceus didn't really end up that way. But, not that I needed them to, but like, I was curious how they would tackle it, you know? Alright, here's the interesting things. Allow multiplayer gameplay of up to 4 players. Along with series staples such as trading and battling Pokemon, you will be able to explore the various locations of the region in these games with other players. You can discover new Pokemon and explore unfamiliar areas with your friends and family, opening the door to an adventure more precious and fun than ever. That doesn't really tell me much. That doesn't really tell me much. You can trade and battle. That's things that you already can do in previous Pokemon games, right? Can you 2v2 wild Pokemon? That would be an interesting idea. And then, I don't know, is there something analogous to Sword and Shield raids? Is there... Because Sword and Shield raids were 4-player versus the CPU, right? They're implementing 4 players here again. There has to be something like that, right? There has to be something interesting going on with 4 players in the open world at the same time. Surely it can't be just the world is the GTS room, right? It'll be, I mean, it's fine if that's all there is, but it'll be a bit of a shame, right? Because this is a pretty big opportunity. Pretty big opportunity to introduce some cool and new ways to play. So, yeah, it would be interesting to see where they go with it. It looks like that's all the information they have for us. Alright, that does look like that's all the information we have, so... yeah, looking forward to more. Cautiously optimistic. I'm definitely feeling better about this game now than I originally was from seeing the first trailer. Like, at least, they're throwing at least a few unique selling points at me now, so, you know, I've got things to look forward to.